You know that feeling. You have a deadline looming, and instead of working on the tasks at hand that you need to do to meet your deadline, you're endlessly scrolling social media or watching YouTube video after YouTube video. You're doing anything you can except for the task that you need to be doing. Welcome to the world of procrastination. You've joined the ranks of many. Many of us procrastinate, and at different times for different reasons. Sometimes we just really don't want to buckle down and do what we need to do. Sometimes we fight with ourselves on the idea that we need to do something, but we don't do it. Well, today I'm going to give you 5 strategies to help you stop procrastinating and get stuff done. Strategy number 1 is called the Pomodoro technique. This involves working in bursts. So the idea is you have your task list, and you pick a task that you're working on, and you're going to work for 25 minutes on your task. At 25 minutes, go ahead, set an alarm for this. At 25 minutes, you stop and take a 5-minute break. You do this 4 times. After the 4th time, you take a longer break, like a 20-minute break. Then you do it over again. The reason this works is because you know that you only have to work for 25 minutes before you get a break. So it helps you avoid procrastination because you can look forward to that 5-minute break or that 20-minute break, depending on where you are in the cycle of taking breaks. So this gives me the ability to focus on my task. I've only got to do this for 25 minutes, and then I can essentially do what I was doing before in procrastination time. But I can do that for 5 minutes. After my 5 minutes is up, I'm willing to go back to work because I realize in 25 more minutes, I get to take another break. So this technique is very useful to help you get stuff done and stop procrastinating. The next technique is called the Eisenhower matrix. The way this works is you organize all your tasks by how important they are and how urgent they are. Now, by doing this, you can work on the most important tasks or the most urgent tasks. Usually I suggest the most important. I know urgent sounds like something that you need to be doing. The problem is usually urgent tasks are not that important, and a lot of them will just go away anyway. And if an urgent task is important, it needs to move over to the important side of things. So by working on things one at a time, getting through the most important tasks, we give ourselves a sense of accomplishment. We can see the task, we know which ones matter, and we're getting stuff done that actually is important, instead of doing mindless tasks that we really don't think matter much at all. The next strategy, and this strategy is one that I use, is time blocking. Now, I don't time block in the traditional sense, but what I do is very similar to the standard time blocking strategy. So what you do is, like in my case, my week is broken into, there's 5 days, and each day has a morning and an afternoon. This is as far as I go with time blocking. Some people block out by the minute or the hour. I don't do that. I block big chunks. So Monday morning is only for one type of task. Monday afternoon is the next type of task, and so on throughout the week. So quite often, I make videos on Tuesday morning. So that is what my Tuesday morning is dedicated to, and I also make them on Thursday morning. So those 2 blocks are used for making videos. Other blocks are used for different tasks that I need to do. And anytime I have a task to do, it goes on my task list in the appropriate place. So my task list is divided into those time blocks. If it's making a video, it goes on the make a video list. And then when it's time for that time block, I work through just that one list called making videos. By doing this, you more efficiently work through tasks because each type of task has a place where you're working on it. By working through tasks this way, your mind gets to stay in the mode that it's in of working on certain types of tasks. The other thing that it does is it helps you think through accomplishing these tasks because you're not all over the place. You're willing to work on one type of task knowing that in the next time block, there's a different type of task for you to do. Now what I do is maybe in time block 1 for the day, I finish everything I need to do in that block. I will sometimes then move forward into the next block and start accomplishing those tasks. This works really well for me because I know, I've accomplished everything I needed to do in this block. Now I have this mentality of, ooh, I want to get ahead and get the next block done. So I start working through those, which has really reduced, almost eliminated my procrastination. Now, when I finish a block, I could take a break. Or what I do is, if I finish early with everything, I may leave early and go home or go do something else that I want to do, or work on some new ideas that are not part of my regular task list. This, by far, is my favorite strategy, is the time blocking strategy. The next strategy on my list is the 2-minute rule. If a task can be done in 2 minutes, just get it done and out of the way. I personally don't really like this technique, but it's very helpful for many people. Just do the task and move on. This way it's not wasting mind space of you having to think about it again. Just do it and move on. The reason I don't really like this technique is because your day could be filled with non-stop 2-minute tasks, which divert you from getting the things done that you actually need to get done. So my preferred method here is to just quick write them down and ignore them until it's time to work on that task. So instead of doing 2-minute tasks, what I do is I just quickly write down every task that comes along. I don't stop what I'm doing. I just simply write it down and keep moving. I don't do much research into it. I don't figure out when it's going to be done. I just write it down so that it's on my task list and I can address it when it's time to address that task. The last strategy number 5 on my list is reward yourself. And this works in all of these methods actually, is when you finish your tasks, like when I finish my time block, I can take a break. That's a reward. Or when I finish all of my tasks for both time blocks, I can leave and go home early. Find a way to reward yourself, whether it's by taking breaks, getting a coffee break, getting a snack, by going for a walk, whatever would be enticing to you. Give yourself a reward when you accomplish one of your blocks, one of your times, one of your sections on your to-do list. Figure out how to break up your to-do list into rewardable scenarios. So when you do this section of tasks, you get a reward. The reason this works is because you are looking forward to that reward, so you know that if you just keep plugging away, you're going to achieve a reward. I mean, a reward doesn't even have to be food related or break related. It could be you put a star up or a check mark down. I do suggest for every single task, write it down and then check it off. That little sense of accomplishment with checking it off or scratching it off the list gives you a little bit of dopamine, which gives you the encouragement to move on and get the next one down, the next win, the next check mark. So these are my 5 strategies to help you stop procrastinating. I know you can do this. I believe in you.